Hello,
Okay.
Hello.
What?
Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions.
You guys, it's February 4th. I don't know why I feel compelled to say the date as if like I'm streaming to you from like a bunker underground. It's February 4th, but more importantly, it's the Wednesday after Sundance.
Oh, it's not. More importantly, it's the day before Emily's birthday.
Write that down. Your birthday is February 5th, and I need to send you an edible arrangement.
Okay, no,
I'm not going to. You want me to spring for the one with chocolate?
No, I want to talk about Sundance.
But wait, we send edible arrangements because they're like kind of silly, right? Like,
It's
like
very
you send
funny.
it like ironically. Right.
Yes, like there are certain people I would send it to, but like I probably wouldn't send it to like my parents.
But here's the thing. Oh, no, that's who you should send it to because they're like, oh my God, look at this beautiful fruit that definitely wasn't like flash frozen and flown in from like Chile. But I think what makes an edible arrangement dorky is the shape of the flowers that they cut out of the pineapple. And like skewering strawberries is always like, for some reason, like doing things with fruit, unless it's like tropical fruit, arranged beauty. Like there's something dorky about the look.
But because they're all sticking off of a ball. If you did an edible arrangement, literally I could buy an edible arrangement. I could take it all. I could put it on a nice tray and I could sell it for twice the price. But when it's all coming off a styrofoam ball, it's like.
And there's something about like adding marshmallow. I'm like, nobody eats fruit and is like, I would love a marshmallow. Maybe like hot marshmallow. But I think it's the dorky flower shape of the pineapple and there's too much melon. So it's like, LOL, I sent you melon for $200.
It's all melon and pineapple. Cantaloupe, honeydew. Ugh.
Speaking of things gifted, when we were doing red carpet, when we were doing one of the interviews, at a dinner at Sundance, I was with Tom Welling and his wife, Jessica, who's awesome. And I was like, I went to go pose with him. And then I was like, just so you know, I kissed your husband. And it was like kissing a honey baked ham. And I said that because Tom is thick. He's like very tan, but also kind of like red from the sun because it was so hot that day. And he was sweaty. We were all sweating, but like delicious, like super fun to kiss because he's massive like a ham. There was many reasons. And the internet ran with that. And Honey Baked Ham, the good people at Honey Baked Ham reached out. And my manager, I'll send you the text. She's like, Honey Baked Ham wants to send you a ham. So I have to be like, kissing Tom Welling is like kissing a Maserati and a bunch of free jeans.
Oh my God, that's so funny. The whole press cycle surrounding Tom Welling has been delightful.
He's delightful. Cut to me on like fan sites where they like post his like stupid DUI mugshot like everyone has.
Yeah.
And they like make fun. And I'm in the comments like, on your best day, you couldn't look like this man at 46. On your fucking best day.
Yeah.
So many of you have seen the movie. Many of you could not get tickets. I didn't realize that online screenings sold out. Every single one of our screenings was sold out. And I actually just got a message from one of our producers. Today, we're recording this on Sunday. In my mind, I like left Sundance and you're like, that's over. But of course, it's still going. And our screening was again packed. That's like 7 screenings, maybe 8 screenings. I'm trying to find the picture of it. Another packed screening at the Eccles. That wasn't worth the visual. And the reception's been great. And just today, Variety did their top 13 movies at Sundance, and ours was the first one listed. So we're very proud of Chasing Summer, and me and the cast, we all really love each other. And I'd also like to say, we were told we were the best party thrown at Sundance. Acura, as well as my college, Emerson College, stepped in to throw us a party. Acura, the party was so good, partially from my playlist. Also, shout out to DJ Cardi, who fucking brought it. The party was 6:30 to 9:30, and at 9:25, I left to go like rest my paws. And I texted my agent. I was like, where are you? And he was like, the DJ won't get off stage. And Acura said this party's so good, they paid to extend it by another few hours. Like, that's the vibe we brought. And I'm so proud of that vibe and this movie.
I didn't realize it was your part. You had told me about the party and I'd seen I didn't realize that was like your party.
It was my party. I named the drinks, like individual cocktails all had names. I named them. I set the playlist tone. I sent it to the DJ. I got to approve the snacks. We did have fried pickles. And we had like a VIP section and then the rest of it. And like VIP is cool, but like I'm a comic. Like I want to be with the people. And I went to the front of that hall and I started dancing and I understand if you're super famous, like it might be hard for like Tom Welling, but he eventually was just like, I'm going to dance too. Like I understand if you are Natalie Portman, you cannot get out there and do that, but I'm not that yet. So we had the best time and everybody was so nice. All of our crew came. My stand-in flew to Sundance. Like everybody was there to support it. And so I'd love to do a Chasing Summer episode. Once it's out, people can ask questions. So thank you for the support. We're very proud of it today. If you really want to support it, in addition to watching it when it comes out, wherever it comes out, go on Letterboxd and leave a little hot review.
If you saw it.
Nope. You give it 5 stars anyway.
No, if you didn't see it, put on your want to watch list.
You can review it anyway and just be like, "This, my husband wrote this film rips." You can copy and paste that and give it 5 stars.
I logged it, but I haven't written my review yet because I want to write something thoughtful.
Should I play your voice note?
Do you have it?
Sweet. You guys, a little fun fact: Emily and I actually hate each other in the off season.
The off season? No, they go away after you send them.
It's the 6 days in between. Oh, they did go away. It was very sweet. You were like, "Iliza, you made such a good movie."
I was crying.
You made Tom a bad guy, but that's okay.
I was crying throughout the movie because I got the online ticket. I watched it on Thursday night after work, and I was crying through. I was like tearing up, like this movie's so good. Like as I watched.
It feels good. Well, enough about me and us. Sundance was awesome and busy, and I've not gotten my voice back. It did not help that I did 2 sets of the Ice House last night and like had to imitate a gargoyle. So this is what that is.
Had to.
I had to. I also just want to say, on a note of like being a prepared parent, we had a birthday party this morning, which I love. Parents like, "Go birthday party." I'm like, yeah, you get free coffee, you get to see your friends, and you don't have to like monitor your kids. And it was at this indoor gym that a lot of parents do. And so Noah and I were like, let's make coffee and we'll bring it because you never know. You never know what the parents are like. You never know if they're going to have like a box of cold coffee or like ice cold bagels. We get there. I didn't know you could bring your own catering to set up outside the gym. They had a taqueria. They had a coffee cart. They had a fruit cart with like tahini and all that stuff and candy. They had face painting. They had hair tinsel. I dumped out my coffee and got one of theirs. I was so immediately humbled by how much. And I was like, I need to step up my game. So, and I had some tacos and it was great. And that's where I'm coming to you, fully tacoed.
What time was it that you shared tacos and coffee?
Like 10:30. And I was like, I'm going to eat this so I don't get weird. I'm not even hungry.
Okay.
I'm just going to say this. Here's what I know a little bit. Emily gave me a little preview. We have juicy questions today. And so I went ahead and brewed a cup of tea because I am so excited to sit back and just dive into your lives and bring it to you.
Bring what to them?
The hot answers. Okay.
Hot answers. All right.
Here we are.
Let's do it. Starting off with a question from Patreon. Hi, all. I guess my BF, male 43, and I, female 35, should just get married to make everyone happy. We've been together going on 8 years, and we don't want to get married, but everyone says we need to get married. I have pressure from my parents, mostly from my dad. My boyfriend's family doesn't care if we get married or not. We've talked about signing the paperwork to make our relationship a common law marriage or a civil union, but we haven't done anything yet. I feel like we should just get married to make everyone happy, or that maybe my boyfriend is just stringing me along. We've been living together for 4 years. What should I do? Should I leave the relationship and start over or keep hanging on? I see myself staying with my boyfriend forever.
Isn't it already common law if you live together for a certain amount of years?
I think so.
I think you need to ask yourself, there are some women who do not want to get married. It's not that he's significantly older than you. What is that, 8 years older?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that math in my head. But that age difference, 35 to 43, and you got together when you were 31 and he was almost 40, you guys kind of are worlds apart. And I just wonder because you didn't tell us why you don't want to get married. And I wonder, is it that he doesn't care? His family doesn't care. And so you're like, so I don't care either. And you just said, I want to be with him forever. At least get the tax benefits.
I'm very curious where this is coming from. Because, yeah, you're saying,
where's it coming from?
Unless you feel like you've been pressured into not caring about marriage, but it sounds like you don't care about marriage, but you're like, should I leave him since other people want me to get married?
That was the part that gave me pause, was the fact that you're like, should I leave him? If this is the love of your life, you would never say, should I leave him? So what's going on? Is this sunk cost fallacy where you're like, we've been together this long, let's stay together? Like, there's something missing here.
So she says, I feel we should just get married to make everyone happy, or that maybe my boyfriend is just stringing me along, which is that coming from
right here.
Is that coming from anything he has done or said, or literally just other people thinking you should get married? Like, you need to suss out the root of that feeling.
And we don't know enough about you. Have you mentioned getting married before? And he's like, I don't know. Is this like the cow is free kind of thing? What you don't want to do is be the girl that like goes along with it. But like deep down, you did want to get married. I'm not hearing from you like, I really don't want this. Like, you're giving us so many different flippant things that it's like, we can't tell you what to do because I can't tell which way you lean. But I think you need to sit down and like tap into like, what do I, if he asked me to marry him, is that something I want? Do we want kids? At the very least, people get married for financial reasons. And I appreciate that maybe at 35, you're not thinking about those things, but like, keep in mind, if you build anything together, like, you'll have no jurisdiction over it. If you give him money, if you help him out of debt, if you build a company, like, things are in your individual names. Sometimes it is. I mean, the reason people used to get married was because like combining assets and building wealth. So what I would hate is that you spend the next 8 years just like being the cool girlfriend. Like, we don't need to get married. And then he's like, I'm out of here. I found someone else. And you have no equity, nothing, no money, no home. The law doesn't care that you were like a really good girlfriend. So what's going on there? What's going on there? Please get back to us.
Yeah.
You have a free pass to come back with context.
But okay, here, let me say this. Come back with context and let me know like what your initial question was, because the way that Patreon works, the scrolling isn't that great. I can't figure out who you were before. Like, if you want to give context, you need to email and tell me what your initial thing was, because just updating me, I can't remember everything everyone has said. Please help.
You guys have to have better admin skills, but we got a juicy episode that we got to squeeze through.
Ugh. Okay, another question from Patreon. I have a serious dilemma. I found out that a woman I casually know has had an affair for nearly 2 years while posting loving pictures of her family.
Stay out of it.
Question. Do I tell the husband? There's more to this story, but I can't tell, as I'm afraid the specifics will alert fellow listeners that I'm thinking about telling the husband. Maybe I'll do a red hot update. From one side, if I was the guy, I would want to know. On the other hand, is that my duty to deliver? I'm not sure if others know about it.
No, stay out of this. Because you don't know what they have arranged. You don't know if they were secretly split up, quietly separated. It's a casual acquaintance. You owe nothing to the husband. If this were your brother, I could understand it. But like, you are messing around with other people's lives. And again, it's a casual acquaintance. What's uncomfortable is that if you have to see this husband at like a party, but you don't know what you don't know. So until it's like at your doorstep, I would stay out of it. And I never say stay out of it.
No, you don't. But I will say, I think there's an interesting piece of this. The key piece of this is she's been posting pictures of her family like they're super happy. And that's what's bothering our question asker. I think if she wasn't posting, she'd be like, yeah, she's having an affair, whatever. But I think she doesn't like that disconnect.
Yeah, but that's not for you to judge. And that is a distinctly female thing. Like, why are you acting like it's perfect when it's not? It's like, okay, is it up to you to deliver the justice of being like, and I know you were cheating. How dare you say you're happy? You know, people walk around all the time presenting that they're happy while things are just fucked up underneath. So you would feel really bad if you told the husband and he was like, yeah, she has terminal cancer. I told her it was okay. Like, that's their marriage. And since you're not close to them, I would just hang back until there's a reason you really need to intervene. And there may not ever be one.
Have you ever told anyone? We get this question sometimes about affairs. I've never been in a position where I knew and the person didn't.
Just don't do it.
Mm.
It's just not your place at this time, given that you are not close to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's really because you're not close to them and you specified that at the beginning.
Right. If the husband, you knew him, like, yeah, you want to help it. But right now it's just like, I don't like this woman posting about her happy family on Instagram, knowing she's a dirty liar. Who cares?
And you don't know that. And like, you don't know. And also like, what if you say something to the husband? He's just like, what are you doing? The wife finds out. She's like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? You don't even know him. Are you fucking my husband? Like, just don't.
Just don't.
It's none of your business.
Iliza, the most important question we're going to get today. What is your go-to sports bra? Post baby,
Ooh.
our question asker says, I've become quite a bit larger in the boobie area and need support so I don't poke my eye out. LOL. Thanks so much.
It depends on what kind of sport you're doing. Because I always thought I needed maximum support because I always had really big boobs and I always like played lacrosse. And then I realized I'm doing Pilates. I'm moving like literally 6 inches. And a thin strap is more important to me. Also, my boobs are not as big as they once were. Lululemon has got you covered. I hate to endorse something like so expensive, but it's true. Under Armour also makes a good one. You have to ask yourself what's important to you. Is it the support? Is it having thin straps that make you feel thinner? Is it being strapped in? Are you running? You know, I would just go to Lululemon and try on a bunch, but I think Under Armour makes a good support one. Unless you have huge boobs, and they have the ones that like zip up. So, but I will tell you, Lululemon makes this one that has the thinnest straps, and then they have like a racer tee in the back. And I wear them all the time because a thin strap makes me feel so athletic and thin. And as a girl that always had to wear like thick bra straps growing up, because nobody cares about big boobs looking pretty. For me, it's worth it to just have the thin strap and feel lovely. Depends on the workout you do.
Yeah. You know what? The only thing made for big boobs is like a corset. Having just rewatched Bride of Chucky, and Jennifer Tilly is strapped in.
Also, people are going to get really mad at this. Like, if you have huge boobs and you're running, I would consider a different workout. Like, it's just too much. It's just too much. Never run. Next question.
It's not a fit. So this is time sensitive. I have to decide by the 9th to ski or not to ski. Here goes.
Like, ski?
No, don't do that.
Oh, don't do it.
No. Heroes, I'm writing this from my phone. 49-year-old female who normally has her shit together. I've been in a relationship for 4 years, 2 brief breakups, both initiated by me because my boyfriend lacks emotional intelligence and has done some transgressions. The most recent breakup was last month. We are, quote, working on things. I welcome the sarcastic laugh and eye roll. Most of the time, the good outweighs the bad. I'm a smart cookie. I'm very aware that I have made the decision to stay. My friends have taken the I'll love you no matter what you decide stance, except one. I snowboard. It's a way of life for me, and I go as often as I can. My boyfriend doesn't. My favorite ski buddy and I have a very tight relationship during ski season. When you ride the lift, you talk about everything. My ski buddy is a guy I met on Tinder the same time I met my boyfriend. I put my ski buddy in the friend zone, have no plans to move him from there. He knows everything about me, including the transgressions. Whew. Ski buddy met my boyfriend at a party when we got back together the first time 2.5 years ago. Boyfriend was distant on his phone. My party goblin decided it was a good night to make an appearance. So I pointed out what I saw. Boyfriend went to leave. Party goblin had words and decided to drive to follow boyfriend home. My friends missed me leaving. I totaled my car and managed to walk away without anyone getting hurt or an OUI, which I assume is a under the influence. Operating a vehicle under the influence. I called my boyfriend for hours. No response. I mean, this is messy. The tow truck dropped me and my car back off at my ski buddy's house. He was furious my boyfriend acted the way he did at the party and that he didn't help me. Boyfriend then friended ski buddy's girl space friends who were at the party.
Boyfriend friended ski buddies.
So the boyfriend went and added ski buddy's female friends on like Facebook, which is such a weird move. Yeah.
Okay.
So purposeful and so meaningless. So between that performance at the party, the intimate details shared on the lift, ski buddy doesn't like boyfriend. They have not crossed paths.
I don't like boyfriend.
No, I don't.
I don't but I kind of don't like you.
You're not making great choices, but that's okay. Boyfriend doesn't ski and made no effort to meet us for social stuff after skiing, so they don't see each other. And I don't see Ski Buddy much in the off season. And then apparently she gets a little drunk. Okay, you can't use this as an excuse. Boyfriend doesn't care for Ski Buddy because the party goblin's little tamer sister does après ski. Plus, it takes me away for a long time, travel, etc. when I go. A few weeks ago, Ski Buddy invited me to go on a trip with him and some friends, a married couple, for 3 days at a big resort. I said yes. It's 4 hours away, so coming home each night isn't an option. I don't have to pay for anything because someone else was going and backed out. Now I need to tell boyfriend. And when boyfriend spazzes out, do I respect that and bow out of the trip? If the shoe was on the other foot, I would hope he respected my opinion. Ski Buddy is going to be wicked disappointed in me, and I'm a little ashamed I would pick boyfriend over skiing, considering we're in a work it out phase. But we're also in this phase due to his problems. Well, no. It's not just him. I think I stand a chance that I lose Ski Buddy's respect if I back out because of the boyfriend. That would bum me out more than boyfriend losing his shit. Harsh to say, but what do I have to lose? A breakup? Should I back out of the trip with a lie? Tell the boyfriend to go up? Tell the boyfriend I made the plan while we were split? P.S. I didn't write you when I was in the quote, I love this man, but he did blah, blah, blah. And now I'm sad. Do I go back phase because I knew the answers? Ha. Yes. I am a licensed clinical therapist with my shit
That
together.
tracks.
Party goblin
That
sleeps a
tracks.
lot.
Yeah, that tracks. Listen to me. You have 2 boyfriends. One for your adult emotional needs, and then one for having sex and the excitement and the thrill of a fight, and then making up driving after someone who didn't even know you were driving after them,
When you were drunk,
turn his phone off or didn't care enough to even check. You cannot have it both ways. This is so immature. And you're throwing out these lies of like, should I tell him? Boyfriend's not going to care if you made the plan yesterday, a month ago, a week ago. It doesn't matter because you want to go skiing. If you were in a healthy, normal relationship, he'd be like, great, have fun skiing. Tell your ski buddy I said hi. The problem is both of these men know way too much about the other to ever respect the other one. It's not about confiding in Ski Buddy. You are trash talking your boyfriend. So Ski Buddy also is probably going to lose respect for you. It's one thing to confide in friends, like different, like something you're going through in your marriage, but you're telling him all these awful things. It makes you look bad. It makes the boyfriend look bad. Now he's probably embarrassed. You've made a mess of this. And the fact that you just broke up and you're back together again, and I get it, you're 49. You're probably like, well, he's so handsome. I'll never find someone. This is not normal. And it literally, unless you crave drama, which you might because you're a therapist, this will literally never end.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going to happen is Ski Buddy is going to meet someone like his married friends who know how to be in a relationship and is normal. He's hoping to like whisk you away. This is not about the skiing. He's hoping to like show you what a normal life could be like. And you're going to be like the manic pixie dream girl forever. And that's fine if that's how you're wired, but he will grow tired of it. And then you'll just have your messy boyfriend. Break up with him and go live your life.
Yeah.
With or without Ski Buddy.
Do you like who you are with him? Because it sounds like you make bad choices with him. And you're also saying you're like, yeah, he doesn't really like when I ski because my party goblin comes out after I ski every time. Like, are you getting trashed and driving every time you ski? Like,
And even if it was just one time, like, that's what he brings out in you. You want to like prove something. This guy doesn't fucking care.
Yeah.
And as for your friends who are like, we love you no matter what, that's because they're tired of you because you're messy. Your friends are just like, yeah, like he's not hitting you. And if you want to like waste your time and fuck up your life, like that's fine. But they probably don't want to hear it either. We get really tired of hearing like, here's how he messed up, but here's how he said sorry. Here's how I gave him another chance. Nobody wants to hear about that after like high school. So your friends love you, but chances are they're not asking. If you think back, are they asking how your boyfriend is? Are they begging the two of you to come out? No, I know they're not.
And in friend zoning Ski Buddy, it's like, yes, you can.
Why do you do that?
You can say you're not interested in him, but are you treating it? Are you using him for the emotional labor of a boyfriend you're not getting from your boyfriend?
That's why I said you have two boyfriends. And also, I'm sorry, we met at the same time on Tinder. Well, then Ski Buddy needs to go away because Noah and I met on Raya. And if I said to Noah, I have a guy that I met on Raya the same time I met you, but we're still friends. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You didn't say, you said friend zoned after you slept together. Have you kissed? Have you done anything? If not, I mean, there's a chance that you met this guy. You're like, absolutely not, but you both agree to be friends, but he likes you. And you're ignoring it. So it's like a little mean to this guy and he's sticking around in this friend zone, hoping you'll come around. So it is a little cruel and you're a therapist. So I think you know better and we want the best for you.
Yeah.
You need to break up with this boyfriend.
I would ask yourself, just like Iliza, you said, the friends are not asking about the boyfriend. Is Ski Buddy the only person you can complain about your boyfriend to because everyone else is sick of hearing about it and he will put up with anything you do?
He's going to lose respect for you because he'll meet a girl and then you guys will not have a friendship because your whole friendship, you think it's predicated on skiing, but it's predicated on him waiting for you to wake the fuck up to the fact that you're dating a child that doesn't care about you.
Sorry, enjoy the snowboarding.
If you guys were 24, I'd be like, maybe he'll grow up. But at this age, like he is what he is and this is what he wants to be. But if you love it, great. You just cannot keep complaining to Ski Buddy who will find someone else. And then that will be uncomfortable.
Hello, Iliza, Emily, and the podcast team. I've been a fan for well over a decade. I listen to the pod religiously and have been blessed to have attended two of Iliza's shows with meet and greets in London and Durham in the last couple of years. Finally, I have a question to submit. I am a 42-year-old mother of a 14-year-old. My daughter is just an awesome little human and has done so well to make good friends after our big move from England to North Carolina last year. Wow. Her friends love coming over to our house, eating my pantry bare, and seem to genuinely feel comfortable in our home. We've got a great rapport and open communication with the parents of these teens, with one significant exception. My daughter's best friend and her younger brother are being raised by a single father, her mother having left for good when she was 5. I have yet to meet her father despite her assertions that he'd love to have more friends and is a pretty lonely guy. With 2 kids of my own, one autistic, I don't have much spare time for socializing, but my husband and I have mentioned having their family over for a barbecue when the weather gets nicer to get to know him. I can't imagine the stress of parenting and providing for 2 teens on your own, but events this past week are causing me my own stress. While my daughter was on the phone with her friend, I overheard this young lady say that her dad will be gone for a while and her grandparents are taking care of her and her brother. My radar went off, and after the call, I asked my daughter what all that was about. She told me that she was asked to keep the matter private and she wants to honor her friend's confidence. I had to take
Oh God, teenage confidence. Like I told no one. I told her I wouldn't tell anyone. Like you don't have any rights. You don't pay taxes. You don't vote.
I also feel like when parents don't count, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a secret, but I'm going to go tell my parents immediately. But okay. I had to take a deep mama breath, and after receiving assurances from my daughter that her friend is indeed safe and that the matter does not affect my child in any way at all, I agreed to not pry. But of course, I couldn't let it go. This girl is at my house several days a week, and I've come to think of her like a niece. So I took to the internet, did my sleuthing, and discovered that her father was, as I suspected, arrested last week.
Oh.
The charges were not felonies, a failure to appear, misdemeanor larceny, operating a vehicle with expired registration. A little more digging brought me to an additional arrest record from 2023 for domestic violence, the big old red flag that has me dwelling on this. Now, I don't know this man. I don't know the outcome of that initial arrest, but now I have just enough knowledge to keep my brain churning. My daughter's friend is a sweetheart, always kind and respectful and forever welcome at my home. The girls have only ever hung out at the friend's house once, but I doubt I'll ever feel comfortable with sending my daughter there to hang out again, warranted or not. My question is, how do I proceed now that I know what I know? Do I bring it up with my daughter, and how would I go about that? Is there a world where I'm actually overreacting? I don't want this girl to be more embarrassed than she likely already is or destroy the comfort she currently feels in our home. Help, big and little sister. This is a brand new parenting challenge.
Well, first you got to meet the dad. And it's time to have him over regardless. And, part of me is like, he doesn't need to tell you a story, but it's like if our children are be hanging out together, you might want to judge his character. It could be he had a girlfriend who flipped out one night, called the cops. It looked bad for him. We don't know. And the domestic violence thing, I wouldn't be worried. Are you worried for his daughter or for your daughter going over there? Because you don't hear a lot about like a dad hitting a daughter's friend. I think it's also okay to sit that girl down and just say to her, I want you to know we love having you here. We think you are such a good kid and you are always welcome at our home. It doesn't have to be about their home. And it can just be a thing that you don't want your daughter going over there. You certainly don't want your daughter going over there. Sorry, these are teenage girls when the grandparents are there. Because guess who goes to bed early and guess who doesn't know when an alarm gets turned off and boys come in? Your grandparents. So I think you just make your home the place to be. And that's it. I mean, not every parent is going to be like you. And that's the most you can do while still keeping an eye on both of them. That's what I would do.
I think it sounds like we're not going to have time to meet the dad if he's going to jail.
He's not going to jail. He just got arrested. He'll be back. He's not going to.
They're saying
going to prison.
Well, so the kid's going to be staying with the grandparents. The grandparents are going to take care of her. I think there's no harm in like meeting the grandparents. Like, hey, our kids are hanging out. Like, I love your granddaughter. Like, getting to know them as well.
Sure, but I guess I can't really get what you're asking. Like, for sure, the daughter should not spend time over there again because grandparents are a green light to like have a party while you're sleeping. Like the daughter doesn't need, and you can just be like, I'm not comfortable. We haven't even met the dad. And when the dad's around, we'd love to have him over. And just kind of go from there. So you don't have to think about it till the dad comes back. But all you can control is your own home right now and your daughter's movements. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's also a version where you meet the dad and he's like, hey, this is what happened. And he tells it to you and you're like, I believe this guy. Like unfortunate things happen. People get arrested. It's not their fault. Bad thing. Like, sure, that didn't happen to you or your husband or your friends, but like people get forced into unfair circumstances. So just take it day by day. Meet the guy. And if you get a weird feeling, then the girl's always invited to your house. And your daughter doesn't need the reason for everything that you do. And she doesn't know what you know, which is great. Because she could never say to you, like, it's because he got arrested, right? Like, you guys are fascists. Like, she doesn't know that you know. So you can just say, like, we just would prefer that your friends sleep over here. And that can be the end of the conversation.
I think that's fair. And I think like, hey, you Googled it, you found out, great. You didn't even have to betray your daughter's secret keeping. So good on you.
You're smarter than her. And she can't get mad at you because she can't betray her friend's trust. So great.
Yeah.
We all have reasons and secrets and things that we don't say. And this is one of them. You got to sleep here with your friend who's welcome here because we like her. Keep it positive.
So this is from the That's It, which is our paid tier. Somebody just wrote in, I think, a good theory. They said, is it possible your mom keeps calling your dog he because you refer to her as Robert? And I think that's something you should think about.
No, and I'll tell you why. Robert is a new development. That's very humbling and funny.
I thought it was so funny.
I almost went, no, because she's also Richard. Richard Machine, Skinneth and Patat. I'll have to ask my mother. It's because my mom had a boy dog and has a boy dog. And my stepmom, who also calls Robert he, which you're misgendering, Tianfu, they had boy dogs, I think. I think people, you either think of dogs as boys or girls.
It's what you're used to.
That's funny.
But I did like that. That is a good theory. And we have our response from the episode, response to the girl whose sister sucks in the episode Full Baby Butthole. Hey, Liza and Emily. I just want to shed some big sister advice to the girl whose sister sucks and doesn't want to take part in her wedding. Now, this was the woman who had said like, oh, I'm really Catholic. So even though you helped with my entire wedding, I will not do anything for yours.
Can we say the episode name? Glenn, do we have
Baby
that?
Butthole.
Well, that was the episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But so this person's actually Catholic and says, and I find this so satisfying. She says, Linda, first of all, I'm Catholic. I have never in my life heard about not being able to participate in a non-Catholic wedding. That sounds like lazy bullshit to me, which I think, Iliza, was what all of us thought. We were like, she just doesn't want to help with the wedding.
Yeah, your sister's just a bitch.
Yeah. I am 42 years old and have had a quote surface level relationship with my own sister for 11 years. We have never been the close friends type, have different views. She also didn't approve of the person I chose to spend my life with. He's the best man, reminds me of how Iliza speaks of Noah. That's sweet. Tried to ice out my relationship. He's now my husband, and went so far as to request that we be seated at a different table at my cousin's wedding. Petty shit. My husband and I got married almost 2 years ago, and she didn't come. It was the best. Her sister, the question asker sister, sounds a lot like mine, has odd world views, believes the world revolves around her, is super judgmental. At first, it was harder to be surface level, and it was really hard on my mom to know we didn't want much to do with one another. But after 11 years, I can honestly say it's the best thing I've done. I'm more at peace and have great friends who surround me that I feel are more like sisters than she ever was. I care about her and her family and her kids, but keep them at arm's length for my own benefit. I sent birthday and Christmas greetings, small talk at family occasions, but otherwise don't engage. My advice is if she doesn't want to take part, you have to just let go of what you did for her at her wedding and come to terms with the fact that you're a better person and elect someone else who loves you and wants to be there for you. Just because she's blood doesn't mean you have to be friends. You can use my name. My sister's too dumb to listen to a podcast of this caliber. And again, this is Linda.
Linda, that was long, but you were right. And that is the benefit of someone being blood. Like, she will always be there. There will always be that thing that kind of brings you back together. If you can love each other and not like each other, at the end of the day, you are the good kind of person. You are the kind of person that helps out. Like, you can't control her actions. You would have helped her out because she's your sister and it was the right thing to do. And she's just kind of awful. And she'll have to live with that. You never let other people's behavior dictate how high you hold your head. I think about that all the time when I'm around people that I don't like or that I feel are shitty. I'm like, am I going to be, it sounds so trite to be like, don't stoop to their level. But when you allow other people to dictate how you carry yourself, then you're no better than them. So if she doesn't help you, that's on her. That's how she behaves. That's not who you are.
And just to give the other, not even the other side, but someone else wrote in, like, this question got a lot of write-ins, and they said that it is still a thing that she married, like, to not be allowed to go, to not have it be real. She said she married a Catholic man as a non-Catholic at a friend's Episcopal church, had to have a second wedding on my lunch hour months later at the Catholic church where he was not considered married, and I could not take communion or participate in any other sacraments until we were married within the Catholic Church.
Okay. It's that thing about religion, though. We're like, no matter how long you've been in your religion, there's always someone that's like, actually,
right.
I know more. Like, it doesn't matter how religious you are or what type of Catholic you are or Jewish. There's always someone a level above that's like, actually, that's fair. And I do that. I'll never forget. This is unrelated to religion, but I was watching some like cooking show, and it was like you had to like make a restaurant in 24 hours. And I remember this group, they were in Texas, and they're like, we're going to start. And they gave a plate of, it was like a lemon, a pepper, half a potato, like the weirdest like Seder plate items on a plate. She goes, we're going to open with a traditional Texas pickle plate. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck is a traditional Texas? Like, I've never seen a gathering of like weird items like that as like something that's just sat down as an appetizer. And then I was like, I don't want to say that though, because like people could be like, yeah, we're from West Texas. That's what we all do. Like, within your city, like if I said this is food that Angelinos eat, we'd have 50 people from 50 different parts of LA be like, nope, that's not how we do it. And I can only imagine a religion as old as Catholicism with so many different versions.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you, if you think you're the expert, there's always someone holier than thou fluttering above you.
Who knows more?
With a Texas pickle plate.
I would love a pickle plate.
I would love a pickle. She made it just said like Texas plate. I would love a pickle plate.
We need more specificity in our plates, not just a generic.
Don't pickle like cauliflower. I don't want that.
Oh.
I want pickle.
No, cucumber only.
I want like a Lebanese pickled plate. That's what I want.
Gherkin.
Like a mezza. Sure. Not even what I wanted, but okay. Yeah, a gherkin.
Yeah, see, it is what you wanted.
I need a gherkin.
Help, help, I need help. Yo, Iliza, I wish to be anonymous. Now, Iliza, when I read you this first sentence, I really thought the story was going in a different direction. And then I was like, oh, So you tell me. My 10 girlfriends and I get together for an annual female fuck about. I read that and was like, I read it as like fuck fest. And I was like, what?
I like a fuck around.
Fuck about to me, I'm like still not sure. I'm like, that falls in between hangout and like orgy.
Yeah, I'm writing it down. Yeah, just like light fingering, but driving around.
It's great. We let loose. We have fun.
10 horny friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my 10 girlfriends and I. Yeah, so it's 11 people.
It's 11 fingers. It's 11 openings. Okay. I don't know. You said gherkin. Let's move on.
We have been able to get together for the past 12 years. A few years ago, I brought in a friend of mine and things went well for a couple of years. Until the last 2 years, this friend has made a few people in the group very uncomfortable and annoyed at different times. So sounds like they've been doing it for 12 years. She brought in like another person like 4 or 5 years ago. And for the first couple of years, it was okay.
This is like so not where we needed a summary.
Well,
like 3 minus 2.
She has the right idea for the fuck about because it says the types of behavior range from being overly sexual, pouting or stomping away when things don't go her way, isolating herself during the trip for attention, completely disregarding personal space, telling one of the people in the group she needs Botox, one-upping everybody in conversations. That's funny.
That's really funny. Like unsolicited.
Both.
I'll have the pies, I'll get the pizza, and you need Botox. And she'll have Botox.
She's too sexual. I'd be so offended if she's like really sexual with the other two, and then she's like, and you need Botox.
Actually, just sounds like she can't hold her alcohol.
No, she's just a mess. Okay. It's bringing the entire feeling of our getaway into a stressful upcoming event. We schedule our getaway so everyone can attend. We all have families, jobs, other commitments, but we make time. Every year we bring things up to her, but her behavior never changes. We have kindly let her know things we wish she would work on or address, but instead of reflecting, she gets completely defensive. Last year, she left a day and a half early. After she left, it was so relaxing and just as we hoped it would have been all along. None of us talked about it with her since. It's gotten so bad that merely being around her irritates everybody. The dynamic of the group has completely shifted. We no longer look forward to planning because we know we're going to be biting our tongues and on edge the entire week. I'm the person who knows her the most. I want to be kind. Other people, including myself in the group, are just not having her anymore. I would like to continue a friendship, but the getaway just cannot go on anymore. My question to you, what the fuck do I do? Much appreciated.
You know, the host in me wants more context. Like, I want to know, is this because you guys are in like disparate social classes? Are these friends bonded with one thing? Like, are they cooler she wants to be in? Does she think it's funny? Like, I want more context. I am wondering if it's an alcohol thing because we all have that friend that like just completely changes when they're drunk. You cannot say to an adult, like, you can't drink on our trip, even though we're all together. I think we don't deserve as adults to be anxious around people. And especially for a trip you're looking forward to, it is unfortunate. You cannot ask her to work on things because you're not her mother and you're not her parole officer and her therapist. You're not there to like guide her. And you're also, it's not on you to tell her what's wrong with her. And it's not on her to like report back to you. She obviously has friends in her life that are fine with this. And you also kind of don't want to be there for her to like break down and be like, I am trying and I don't know any better. But for her to also get defensive, I think since you are her friend, which is a bummer, because if none of these ladies are friends with her now after all these years, I think that says something. I think you just put it to her honest. I think you do as much planning as you can. Is she hounding you for it? Because you could just plan it and then you could just say nothing. And she's like, what are we doing? You're like, oh, we already planned the trip. But I think the best, it doesn't even sound like you want to be friends with her. I think the cleanest way is to call her. And I actually had something similar happen recently. It wasn't personality based. It was basically a group of us were going somewhere and I thought another person could go. And one of the friends was like, I think we need to cap it at 5 for a lot of reasons, which made sense. So I just picked up the phone and I texted my friend and I was like, hey, she's saying she wants to cap it. I wanted to let you know because I didn't want you to be looking up flights. And I could tell that her feelings were hurt, but I was like, I know you're sensitive like I am. And I just didn't want you to feel bad. And I was the only mom that reached out to her to be like, hey, you're a person. I'm just letting you know. Because it's not like, we also asked another mom that couldn't make it. It was just sometimes resources run out and you can't bring everyone. I think the kind thing the fair thing. Because if you don't say anything, she'll be like, so you guys were talking behind my back. You didn't have the balls to say it to me. At the end of the day, having the balls to say it usually silences people because you did give them the respect. And I always mention that I'm giving people the respect because that always gives them pause. So you call her or you can text her. It's fine. It's 2026. And just be like, hey, some of the women had voiced that they were uncomfortable. I know that, these are things that we talked about before, but I think we're just going to do this trip. However you want to word it, I think you can just very gently, I wanted to give you the respect of the heads up that some ladies were having these issues. And if that's something you want to work out with them, that's great. But like, I can't be the go-between. Like say it and then remove yourself because she's an adult. You're not her caretaker.
I think you're very right that it's like you can't expect her to change, but can you say, I feel like the kindest thing in my mind is to say, hey, it's now been 4 years of everybody asked you to stop doing XYZ. You kept doing it. You stressed people out on the trip. So we really you're not going to be invited this year.
You could do that. Or you could just be like, they booked it for 8. I think, we're just like, it's uncomfortable because whatever you say, she'll be like, no, I didn't. They did this. She said it was okay. And at which point you just be like, I'm not here to argue the semantics. I was trying to be a good friend to you and be kind I wanted to give you the respect of telling you without just ghosting you. But if it's something you want to talk about, you can always reach out to those ladies. Like keep putting it on her. Like if that's something you want to talk about, but that's just where it stands right now. Like just give her the facts without emotion and she'll spin out and she'll get upset, or you'll text her and she just won't write back. But either way, like if you're not enjoying hanging out with this person and there's no option of ghosting her or just planning it and then being like, yeah, we just planned it, figured you weren't into it, whatever. Like you'll try to do all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. You can be like, it upsets people. Like telling so-and-so she needed Botox was really offensive for no reason. She didn't ask.
Right.
Like that is, if someone asks, like, what do you think I need? And you say it, that's different. But like giving an unwarranted opinion because you had some drinks, and you could also be like, we are not your babysitters. Like we're not going to sit there and monitor how many you've had to drink. It's even worse if you do it when you're sober. Be like, it's not up for us to decide when your behavior is good or bad, but it happened enough that it upset enough people in the group. You're not bad. I'm giving you that respect, and then remove yourself, let her spin out. Do whatever.
And you want to keep.
If you want to talk to them, you can.
You said you want to keep this friendship, but you're annoyed by her too. So I think not seeing her in this context will be better for your friendship. You need to see her in a context where she doesn't drive you nuts.
Yeah, and this isn't like the right alchemy. Like there are plenty of ladies that I know that are lovely, like one-on-one, but like in a group, I don't know. Like not all women belong together at all times.
Yeah.
And she just might not be the right vibe, but she might be the right vibe for you one-on-one. It's also like as we get older, like who has time to be around someone that stresses them out? Like why? It's okay to ghost your friends. I can't believe, and I feel bad for her because there's a reason she's acting this desperate. But you had time. We told you.
The idea, like the sitcom-ish levels of there being 10 women who all get along and one woman comes in, is overly sexual, is saying you need Botox. It's like, are you someone from AbFab that got transported in here? What's happened?
It's not the vibe.
No.
You like, these are like low key trips and it's just not the vibe. Like that. You don't have to give her a ton of context. You could be like, look, we told you, like these women said it. And if you want to talk to them, you can reach out to them. And she'll be like, no, I'm not going to fuck them. And you'll be like, okay. I just remember I was the one that gave you the respect. And that's it. It's not on you.
Let's do
Wait, by the way, can I also say this? It's kind of also not on you because this thing where it's like, well, you brought that friend. We had a podcast question like that once. Like someone like did some damage, like a drunk friend. And they were like, and I felt bad because it was my friend that threw up. This is not your daughter. We're all adults. We're all responsible for ourselves. It'd be one thing if it was like your first trip and these were all your friends and you brought your sister. It's like, well, that's your sister, but you guys have partied together. You guys have gone out together enough. I think it speaks volumes that like they still consider her your friend.
Yes.
Because when we like each other, you just absorb people. Like my friends are my friends' friends are my friends. So
coming on the big trip for the last like 4+ years.
Yeah. You're done.
I'm shocked she got the invite that many times.
Yeah. What's up with that?
After the first year didn't go well, why'd they let her come back and not just do a trial basis?
It could just be also you could pick the friend that she's least close to. Like Jacqueline, be like, Jacqueline got us this house and she's just going to do her friends and they asked me to go. Like, you can always lie about it. That's fine too. I'm not above a white lie to just make it easier. Okay.
Okay, top of the cob, starting with bottom.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
My bottom is, why do parents, I'm so offended, and this happens every time, do your parents give you pictures of yourself? And I'm like, why don't you want this picture of me? You have 50 pictures of me as a kid and you're giving that, like, oh, do you want this for your house? No.
Especially, no offense, like if you're a single woman to have like a lot of your
Just
baby
my
pictures up.
school, it's like a school picture. Do you want this one? No. Why do I want? And also, why don't you want them? How about you keep it and put it up?
Because Emily, like as our parents get older, they start like getting rid of stuff.
That's
They're
what
like,
they're
I held
doing.
on to your report card. I'm done. And I'm like, I get it. I throw out so much of Sierra's art. I'm like, let's wait till the characters have necks and noses.
I was given the little piece of paper that had like my birth weight and my footprint. And like, I was like, you don't want this? No, it's yours.
We looked at it forever. They squeezed that orange. They got all the juice.
I was 5 pounds
overweight
as a baby.
5 pounds. Wow. Oh, because there were 2 of you.
I was a little preemie baby.
That would be rough to give birth to 2 full weight twins.
Yeah. Well, it was a C-section. It was preemie. So we hadn't even grown to our full strength and size. I had no hair. That's why I had that little picture of me as a little worm, Iliza. I was at my parents' house.
You should show it. Do we have it?
I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat for this episode. But my bottom of the comments, I'm like, why? I know why you don't want these, but I also don't like that admission that you don't want any of these.
You know, your parents are your best friends, and you're like, don't you want to celebrate me? I'll be over Thursday. Get the salmon ready, Janet. Your mom's name.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Bottom of the cob from a listener. This makes me furious. My hospital added glitter to its hand sanitizer, saying it's a spot check to ensure workers use it properly. As if my hands don't go directly into gloves. Not only are they saying F the environment, I get to leave work looking like I left a strip club. I just think that's
It's
so
that glittery.
It's that. Also, who's coming around checking my hands for glitter? I'm so offended by that. Personally,
Well, we have the funding for that, for like a hand checker.
Right. It's like you spot, you're like, oh, you don't look like Edward from Twilight. You're a disgusting freak. You can't do surgery.
Nurse, why aren't your hands iridescent?
Yeah, like that's so, it's that kind of thing that makes you feel like a child.
Yeah. You're like, also it's vanilla scented. What? My bottom of the cob is I took my daughter to an event yesterday, and one of the moms who does, I don't think their kid goes to our school. She goes, by the way, just so you know, lice is going around. And I was like, hopefully you live across town. But she said it, and like kids get lice, like that happens, whatever. My head has been itching ever since.
Oh, of course.
You may have noticed I've like scratched and then like looked down. And what's fucked up is that like adults don't get lice. And I'm like, why kids? Like, does it grow out of like why is it a kid thing? Your whole adult life, you don't get lice. My child doesn't have lice. I don't want to talk about it, but like this, I'm just sitting here the more I think about it and I keep like looking.
Yeah.
It's just frosting under my nails, but I'm just like
glitter.
And I told her, I go, thanks a lot. Now my head itches. She's like, sorry.
Do you have one of those little combs for the kids?
No, I'm not going to do anything until one day they get lice. Then I'll take them to a place. I don't want to think about this. Top of the cob.
Okay. Top of the cob. I guess my top is, I was looking through these pictures and being told, take them home. We don't care. But it is like nice to look back and find pictures of your parents and your relatives, whatever, looking happy in a different way. Not that my family's miserable to be around me, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like a different, like they're holding us as little babies and they're just like, oh my God, like they look so much more unsure of things than they do now. So I love looking at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was
so
nice.
they're like your age. That's wild.
That's very upsetting to me.
The whole thing's upsetting.
And fan top, perfect for our audience. I am studying to get my professional geologist license, and there's a ton of material to memorize and review. I cracked open the lecture notes I saved from an Intro to Groundwater college course and was shocked and delighted to find that they're organized and thorough enough to actually be useful study materials. Good job, grad school me. So all of our listeners in grad school, take good notes.
Yeah.
Keep it organized.
I used to love taking notes in college. Like I would make it fun, and I'd get different colored pens, and like dates were always in green, facts were in yellow. Like I loved making it like as like Japanese organized as possible.
Oh,
like
like
great notes.
I tried to get into
I never
bullet
reviewed
journaling.
them, but I took great notes. But sometimes even just taking the notes.
Well, especially when you have a system like that, it's categorizing it in your brain for sure.
Ooh, you feel so like right there, and admin, and yes, and a purple circle for historical facts. My top of the cob was a moment in the premiere of Chasing Summer. It was completely sold out, completely packed, and we got an applause break at the opening, which I'm sure happens, but our movie opens with a oneer, which one writer called unnecessary. And I was like, why? Because a woman did it and it's a comedy. And I know the reference, the film she was referencing was some like black and white Italian movie. And it was very cool. And it was a very cool fucking flex. That got the applause break. But what got me, there's a twist at the top of the second act. That to me is like the heartbeat of the movie, like whatever. I was always so excited for it. And I thought people would be like, oh, wow. I heard it's like a 1,300 person theater. The audience erupted with applause. They were so entertained, which is why we go to the movies at this reveal. And hearing that eruption, like it was like a bolt through my chest at not only gasping and laughing, but the fact that they were so entertained, you're just like, yes, thank you. And it is a moment that I was not expecting that I will carry with me forever. Feeling an audience be that moved in a fun way, especially just with how heavy everything is right now. It was just like this incredible release, and it was everything to me. So thank you.
That's nice.
And I wore a white dress and I look good. Oh, did I already talk about minoxidil?
No. Do you want to save it for the Patreon?
Head on over our Patreon to hear the harrowing tale of my journey to regrowing my hair and what I found out. Stay tuned. Play some news music. Like, stay tuned. We'll see you then. We'll see you at 8. And I'm just going to pretend to like when the news is done. Okay, ready?
Are we done with this episode?
That was done.